Fashion history and learning about the systems that shape the industry today often requires a little legwork. Recently, our legs brought us up the stairwells of New York City's Tenement Museum, unique among museums for its preservation of working class and immigrant history through the restoration of two buildings on the Lower East Side, one built during the Civil War, the other 2 decades later, as well as the stories and artifacts of those who once lived and worked there. The museum is visited only by guided tour, of which there are many to choose from, including apartment tours, neighborhood walking tours, and even food tours. Here we see a group gathered outside the museum bookshop, meeting their educational guide. As the vast majority of American women's clothing was produced in this neighborhood at the turn of the 20th century, it felt necessary to supplement the research of this channel by partaking in two different tours that had a particular focus on garment workers. Each tour did require a separate ticket, an important detail for any future visitors. These tours illuminated the lives of immigrants from different backgrounds living in the 1870s and early 1900s through the 1970s, a century of clothing manufacturing between them. The rooms you see are interpretations of what their homes and small factories would have been like, decorated with vintage and period-appropriate antiques. The museum does maintain a collection of items recovered from in and around these buildings, such as this delicate, beaded purse behind glass on display, as well as pieces donated by family descendants. It is no accident that a focal point in several of the rooms is at least one sewing machine, the invention which has perpetuated both necessary employment and unnecessary exploitation of immigrants that continues around the world to this day. It comes as no surprise that many of these individuals that once inhabited the Lower East Side have been so essential to the labor movements from which we here in America have certainly all benefited, but often seem to have forgotten. For lessons from the Tenement Museum and more in-depth fashion industry reports and analysis, please stay tuned to the channel.